5:01. Welcome to our scheduled zoning board of appeals meeting. It is our custom that we begin by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. If I could ask you guys to stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Are we good with all notifications, Hillary? Adoption of the agenda. May I have someone to make an adoption of the agenda? Item number 6. I guess they didn't respond back, so we'll just continue this to our next scheduled meeting, at least give them another chance. So whomever adopt the agenda, could they just make that notification?
I'll move we adopt the agenda with the removal of 6 and 7, which will be continued to to January 2nd.
So the adoption of the agenda is properly made and second. All in favor of approving it? All right, the adoption of the agenda has been approved. Have everyone have the opportunity to look at the October 27th minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I guess someone to make that move to adopt the October 27th minute.
I'll make a motion to adopt the October 27, 2022 minutes.
I'll second it.
It's been properly made and second to adopt the approval of the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
It's been approved. If there is anyone in here for public comment, there should be some slips over there if anyone is here for a public comment. If not, then it should be okay. Item number 8, Mr. Javier is here for variance for front porch and carport. You can come forward and
I work with Javier.
okay. No, right to the podium. Do he speak?
Yeah, he speaks pretty good English.
Okay, just enlighten us on why you're here. Just let us know why you're here. To the mic.
This is his daughter.
That's fine. If you can just state your name and just let us know why you're here.
You said to say his name or my name?
Your name now.
My name is Emily, and
Yes, could you speak up and into the mic?
my name is Emily, and we're here because so our I guess there was a problem with our porch, but we need it because my sister is special ed, and we need a ramp to be able to transport her into the car whenever it's like rainy or when the weather's bad.
Okay.
Is it okay if I speak?
Yes, please.
So I
Just state your name and come to the mic.
My name is Andy Harding. I'm been living in Beaufort for 2 years. I work with Javier. Work for a building company, most of the work over in Bluffton, some over here on Data. He's built a porch onto the front of his trailer on Mammy Grant Road, and didn't follow the process, didn't understand the process about the permitting, zoning, and all that. Got the porch mostly complete, almost completed. Needs a little siding to wrap it up. And I think there was a zoning official across the street who, while they were there checking on a building that was apparently across the line it shouldn't have been, came across the street and asked him if he had a permit, and that's how this all started. And he asked me to help him understand what was going on. Basically, he's built a porch onto the front of his trailer to help with his daughter with cerebral palsy. They do all of her physical therapy outside. The space is wide open on the porch. It was very confined in the trailer. She gets physical therapy 3 times a week. 3 times per week. He is apparently beyond the setback by about 1 foot 8 inches beyond what's acceptable. We're hoping there can be a variance issued so that he doesn't have to go through the monetary cost of getting this porch reduced and the space reduced when it's being used for, you know, his daughter's therapy. And really, I've been down Mammy Grant Road, and anybody making an improvement to a house on that road is a good thing. Although I understand it is inside the setback.
What type of work does he do?
He's a painter.
He's a painter, so he's in the construction arena then.
He is, but it's very different on the painting end. There's never any permits pulled, anything like that. You know, he's got his general liability and his insurance and everything, workers' comp, but painters never have to pull permits like a builder would, or an electrician, or heating and air. So I don't think he quite understood the process that he should have gone through.
And how long has he been staying there in
How long have y'all been in Beaufort?
Yeah, I have 16 years.
16 years.
and how long has he been in business?
How long have you had a business?
I started with 2015, 16.
7 years.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, I do. Did he build this porch or did someone build it for him?
He's built his porch with help of friends.
Okay, so no contractors were
No.
involved. And what's the dimensions of the porch?
The width is about 14 by 16. 14 feet off the trailer toward the road, 16 feet wide.
Okay.
I'm quite, do anyone else have any questions? Okay, thank you. What we're gonna do is hear from the county right now.
Okay.
Thank you. May we hear from the county? I don't know.
You guys read my recommendation. I guess 2 feet is okay. I don't know what the hardship is.
I
You
agree.
guys have to
I
figure
agree.
it out.
1.8, make it real nice.
Yeah, 1.8.
I grant the modulation to, you can give the variance for the, it'll be 7 feet.
7.
7.8 or something like that.
7.8.
See, he's supposed to be at 25. One side of the house is at 21.
Oh,
and one
okay.
is at 18. And, I could give the modulation of 5 feet to 20. So.
But it doesn't interrupt anything, these inches, does it? I mean, it doesn't interrupt cars driving by or anything, all right?
I understand what you're saying, you know, I just don't wanna start setting a precedence over there. But I understand. Guess we're just in the festive spirit.
Well, you know.
All right, well,
Yeah, it's a hardship.
Hillary, if we grant the variance, does he have to go back? This needs to be inspected, permitting
He's gonna have to
fees?
go to building codes for a building permit.
Okay.
I have to give him a zoning permit.
Okay.
And you got something to say? Come on up. This is codes enforcement. It's 12 by 15.
Hi, Officer Goucher, Beaufort County Code Enforcement. I also work, I'm part of the Building Codes Department. Even though I'm not a building inspector, I'm a code enforcement officer. I just want to make you guys aware that if you guys approve this, they will come and get a permit from the zoning department, but the building inspection department will make them get a structural engineer to sign off on this.
And
So,
if it is attached to the mobile home, he's gonna have to take it off. attach something to the mobile home. You know, just like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't add a structure like that to the mobile home. There has to be a gap between the mobile home
I got you.
and the
So
structure.
if he took a sawzall and cut all the nails, he'd be good.
So all we're here for is the variance.
It would be the variance, he has to deal with building codes on his own, and if he can't, then he has to take it down.
Is it attached to the mobile home? Is that structure attached to the mobile home?
Yes. The roof comes up onto the mobile home roof. Yes.
Was it attached to it then?
Yes.
That's all it.
But he can deal with that separately, I mean, that's,
But that building codes will deal with him on that, I mean, he may.
Yeah, I have a structural engineer that I can get to come out on site and look at it to get through the building.
Yeah, but you can't, it can't be attached to the mobile home, you can't attach anything. Not even the steps can be attached to the mobile home.
If the home's on a permanent foundation, do the rules change?
I don't think so, it's still a mobile home,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it changes, if it is, taxed separately than the land, like a mobile home normally is, then that's one thing. But if it's attached to the land, then it becomes.
No, but it's still a mobile home.
Exactly.
Yes, even when you take the wheels off and you do whatever, and you make it land and, you know, home, like a regular stick-built home, it's still a mobile home. And you can't add anything to a mobile home. So, you know, we can give him the variance and we can say it's okay for us, but I think he's gonna run into problems.
So really, if we were to grant this, it still might have to, all right.
If we were to grant it, and he would have to make changes, because it's attached and all that kind
And
of
I think
thing.
if that's.
Could he do that at the same time to cut
Well,
off
my
the?
thing, if you give me the latitude to say, if he has to make changes, then he has to meet the 20,
Yeah,
then
that's,
I'm okay with that. Because then I can grant the 5. But, you know, if he has to make changes and keep it at 18, because he's gonna have to pull it away from the house a little bit.
that's what I'm
Then I think he can make the change to keep it, to make it meet the 20 feet at the same time.
Well,
can you do that?
what if it was a modular home? Do the rules
I
change?
think that's a little bit different, they're built differently. Yeah, their modulars are built totally different from the regular mobile homes.
So is this a mobile home or is it modular?
Mobile home.
I would be in favor of granting the variance and then let him move forward and do what has to be done then.
I think you should add, if he has to take it apart. then
Let
he
him
needs
meet
to
the,
code.
yes.
But
that's-
he might be able to, we don't know, he could be able to modify it without doing much work to it. So I think that,
I think that, if you guys say it's okay for me, I can't override your variance. Once it's granted, and it runs with the land.
So in other
So-
words, I hear what you're saying is if he has to go to the expense of taking it down,
And
then it should not be, the variance should be
he should meet the 20
withdrawn.
feet.
Only if he doesn't have to, we don't wanna make him pay extra money.
right, and he could just modify it and not
Right.
have to take it down. I mean, we don't know.
But if zoning says he has to, or the codes says he has to, and he has to redraw it, then he has to be.
But if
within-
they're detaching it, he could structurally do it some different way without,
Correct, from the back of the porch, just attached.
right,
The back and the rest of the front would be okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Is there a way to do that?
I'm not 100% sure it's a mobile home, it may be modular, so
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a way we can, if the
It's a
variance is
mobile home.
granted. It
It's
is
listed
mobile.
as a mobile home.
Is it taxed separately? I was listening to the codes department.
So if he have to tear this thing down, what I'm hearing is, he should be within the codes if he have to tear this thing down, if he builds it back up. But if not, we are willing to grant him this 1 point whatever feet.
If he keeps this structure.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. So with that being said, would
I mean, it
someone,
looks like there's structure here.
I know, well,
Yeah.
I mean, if he have to tear it down, then he just have to come build it back up to code. I mean, being that it's recorded
But
as a
it
mobile
looks
home.
like that there's structure in front of the mobile home, and so even if it's attached, they could just unattach it and leave it like it is.
I kinda think that too.
I think so.
Mhm.
I think so.
All right, well. What's the pleasure?
I'll make a motion to grant the variance.
I'll second it.
Are there any conditions?
Got to be some conditions.
Well, the rest would be between him and the building department, and
Yeah.
codes. That wouldn't be our fight.
Well, the only problem is we were talking about setting the precedent of allowing a variance.
I'm gonna need some findings.
Findings of facts, yes. So what are you basing it on? What's the hardship?
Hardship is daughter.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's more like,
A soft heart, maybe.
yeah, but that ain't nothing. I don't want to think my heart is not soft, but, you know, I mean, just gotta meet the codes. And one of the things I think about, if he had came before us for this variance prior to building this, would I be in favor of granting this variance? So that's the way I would feel now.
Right, and if it's, I think the hardship is if they need the, additional square footage for the physical therapy of the daughter, that is a hardship that the variance should be granted.
But could they still have therapy with that 1.8 feet less than what they have? Could they still utilize that
I don't know what
porch?
the.
You know, that's.
That would be the hardship. I mean, I don't know what the therapy is, how much space it takes, but they decided that this was the size that they needed for the therapy. So that the hardship is a special use of this porch, and it's not just a porch, and that it is, a space for physical therapy for their daughter.
All right, so you're stating that the hardship is they need this square footage for the therapy. That's the hardship.
The other thing that was mentioned here, correct me if I'm wrong, was a ramp. There's no ramp.
Maybe they haven't had the opportunity to build it yet.
Okay, you just haven't.
I don't want to
yet?
speak for them. I mean, they
Ramp
might,
is going to be built, or was
Okay.
going to be built, they told them to stop.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Where is that gonna be built?
It's going to be ramp to come down by the streets, yeah.
In the front?
It's not going in the front, it's going beside the car, inside the structure that's already there.
Where the carport is?
Not enough room. I don't think there's enough room.
Not inside the carport area.
Miss Jane, you gotta go down all the stuff and say why.
Where's the other Okay, I just have the second. I can't find it. Let's see, here it goes. Yeah. Okay, I have the doc one. Let's go with this one.
You look for the recommendation.
What's that?
You look for the recommendation.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so, there are extraordinary exceptional conditions due to the, use of the property for the physical therapy of their daughter, that the porch needs to be the size that it is. The health of the daughter is not on the, actions of the landowner, that they need the porch for the physical therapy. The, does not confer special privileges on the landowner because it's due to the physical therapy need of his daughter, and it's not a, special privileges. It's necessary to allow the reasonable use for the physical therapy of the daughter. That it's not in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the development code is that it is just a, in this neighborhood, it is, the properties are not typically, some of them are not in compliance, so it is not,
So it falls in line with the rest of the neighborhood.
right. The variance permit would not adversely affect the health, safety of persons residing in the neighborhood. In fact, it would help the daughter of the applicant. And, is consistent with the comprehensive plan. I believe in the comprehensive plan, we really look at the health of our, citizens, and to be able to provide physical therapy at home for this young woman or young girl would be in keeping with the comprehensive plan.
Very good.
I need to ask one more question. The roof, as I see the picture, the roof comes out about the same as where the deck comes out. Is that correct?
It looks like it's flush.
So if they move the deck back, whatever, underneath, can the roof stick out beyond the variance? So he wouldn't necessarily have to rebuild the roof,
Just
but,
the bottom part.
but the bottom part, you know, and move the thing up, and you can keep the roof up by having something on top to keep it, right? Am I right? You guys
But
know how to do
you would
that.
lose the area for the physical therapy.
You'd lose a foot or whatever, that amount, one plank, you know, and I don't know, you have to tell me that plank is needed, and if it is, it is. That plank is needed for, physical therapy for your child, and if it is, it is. And then then you view it differently, or I would view it differently. So, I don't know if you can answer that or not, and it's tough to answer.
The therapist asked for a certain amount of space.
I think we're gonna speak in the mic too.
Huh?
I think that the step up.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, to answer.
Whomever's gonna be speaking, we need to have you guys come up to the mic.
while you're coming up, they may need space just to turn the wheelchair around, okay? I'm not saying.
Exactly.
Just-
It,
Well, it's
Really
true.
helping them out, huh?
Well, I'm doing both.
way
I'm trying to justify it or whatever.
the way they're explaining it to me is the therapist asked for as much space as possible, so he built what was within his monetary range, not knowing there should have been limitations because of a setback. They apparently they're gonna put swings and other items out on the porch that help with physical therapy. I'm not sure we could say if it was 10 feet, it would not be big enough. 10'6" is big enough. I guess that would be up to a therapist one of the physical therapists to determine that. They did ask for as much space as possible.
But it looks to me like on that roof, you can see that last roof truss up in front of the house there, that you took a circular saw, you can just cut away and it'd be, separate the back a couple feet and that'd be the end of it.
Yeah,
Cause it's supported by the post from what I see here.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be
The-
detached.
To detach it from the,
Right.
the way I remember seeing it, the picture's hard to tell, but the roof like comes off of the front of the porch, the post that you're seeing comes up and rests on the roof of the,
Mobile home.
yeah,
Mm.
the modular mobile, I'm not sure which one it is, to be 100%, but that would be
Well,
something we would obviously have to.
that's for them to decide
conquer with
after
building codes.
Right.
we're done here.
All right, well,
I mean, it looks like there's a way out. Correct?
I think so.
all right, so, I don't know, I tend to think a little differently, but, you know. But it's a motion on the floor to grant it, the variance. And did someone second that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
So it's been properly made and second, all in favor of granting the variance, signify by raising your hand. Those who oppose of the variance, signify by raising your hand. So that's 1, 2, 3 to 2. So I guess you guys have been awarded the variance too. And I guess you just follow through with the county now going.
Codes, I'll help them get through that, get to the
All
code
right.
department and get the permit and see what needs to be done.
Forgot to ask, was there any public comment? No, we closed public comment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any old business? Did we want to do the, no meeting for next month under the old business or the new business? New business. Item number 11, new business. I see we have adoption chairman and vice chair. Do we want to wait until next year to do that?
Yes.
Yeah, let's wait until next year. And also on the new business for our December 2022 meeting.
I move that we don't have that meeting.
So it's been properly made that we do not have our meeting in December, and it's been properly made a second, all in favor. So we will not have that meeting in the month of December. Adjournment,
I move we adjourn.
properly made. And this, who seconded it?
I know.
Okay, so it's been properly made, second, all in favor of adjournment. You guys have a
Happy
happy Thanksgiving and a Merry
Merry
Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah.